FM, the voice that echoes through every home, every heart. From the streets to the studio, we bring you real talk, real music, and real moments. We are not just a station, we are a movement. High Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people.
Yes, so with that beautiful intro song, I'll be welcoming you to another amazing edition of Morning Sense on your darling station, IPOWER 102.7 FM. Yes, of course, another exciting edition of Money Sense, the program where we discuss practical ways to manage your money. My business on this program majorly is to manage your finances. Yes, how to spend prudently so every money you make is accounted for. Of course, we tell you how to manage your money, manage your finances, build a financial stable life, and of course, be informed as regards financial decisions. My name is Florence Ibhareman. Friends call me Floxy, so on the program you can call me Floxy too. Today we'll be discussing something very crucial to our life as it affects millions of Nigerians and everyone in the world. If you agree with me, you will understand that the cost of living is even making the living stressed. So yes, living within your means in tough economy time. So how to live within your means in this very harsh economy. If you take a look around you, what is happening? We have the cost of food, cost of transportation, hike, rent hike, school fees, healthcare, everything continues to be on the high side. Many people are working so hard. At the end of the day, they can't even live up to their own expectations. So today on the program Money Sense, we'll be discussing how to live within your means in this harsh reality of an economy. And if we cannot finish today, we would continue next week, Monday. So today we're discussing step-by-step strategies that can help you manage your finances and of course avoid unnecessary debts and build a more secure future for yourself. So if you're just tuning in, you're locked on to IPOWER 102.7 FM. And the program is a Money Sense, your number one program that helps you manage your finances, helps you stay prudently financially, so much that you can account for every money you make. Use your time well, do better thing. Money that never from heaven, do better thing. Money goes come. That's true what I tell you. Now, the first thing we need to understand is the reality we now live in our everyday life. If you look into families, people experience harsh realities every day. Many workers receive salary. Have you ever received your salary? And even, the very moment you get that alert, there is no vibe, there's no fire, there's no butterfly in your tummy because even before the money came in, you've already exhausted everything. So you're just like a rolling a roller coaster. You've already begun another journey when you've never spent the money you made. You understand? When the money you made has not even done what it's supposed to do, but yet you know in your heart of hearts that okay, all of this is just it's just a drama because this money is finished. So yes, even students these days struggle for educational expenses. Parents find it difficult to cater for family needs. All of these things that happen because of how tough and how high the inflation has become in our society. So these challenges, all of those challenges often lead to, borrowing excessively if you want to survive, especially when you don't know how to manage or live within your means. You end up borrowing excessively. You spend without planning. And of course, you depend on loans for daily survivors and you neglect savings entirely. So yes, but one unfortunate action this can create is it can create a more bigger financial problem. So today we'll be looking at the step-by-step ways by which financially you can become stable and live within your means as a person.
Use your time well. Do better thing. Money not never from heaven. Do better thing. Money go come.
And one thing you should note as a person is the first deliberate step you will make towards coming out of financial debt is to tell yourself realistically that you need to make deliberate intentional financial decision. Yes, it is not okay to, every time you go around the circle, you finish spending your money and you're just, brooding, angry, pissed at yourself, and the next month again you go around the circle. If you don't sit down and make intentional decisions like, okay, this month I'm going to account for every penny I spend. This month I'm going to save before spending. This month I'm going to have everything written out. Then I will spend according to my budget. This month I'm going to ensure I don't spend on what I don't plan for. If you don't have all of those intentional decisions by yourself, you will just keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome, which is not possible. So ignoring financial problem doesn't make it disappear. Because you tell yourself, oh, it's just a one-off thing, I'm going to be fine, doesn't mean you're fine. Doesn't mean that cycle is not going to repeat. So yes, there are some questions that need to be answered. Now, looking at the way we have rise in price of things and how even your money has become so, not having so much value, how do you make certain adjustments? How do you live within your means? Now, living within your means simply means living or spending less or equal to what you earn. Yes, for instance, maybe you earn like 50,000 naira, and the rule on the program is before you start spending anything at all, you should save first. No matter how small, no matter how, how small to you it might be, make sure that the moment your paycheck comes in, the moment you see that alert, bam, remove something that is tagged savings. And like I always say, don't assume you want to save in the same account you're spending. It's not going to work because the money is right there. And for every time you want to get something, the money stares back to your face. So yes, remove something. For instance, the 50K you earn as a salary, you can just take out 5K. Almost immediately the money comes in. Put in a separate account that is called savings, or better still, you set a target account, you set a target on that same account, so much that the moment the money gets in on that stipulated day, the app itself removes the money based on your instructions. So yes, that's the first step, because like I said, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. It's not going to work. So yeah, there's some little things you need to put in check to ensure that okay, this time around I want to implement certain change and I have to work towards getting such change. So yes, living within your means you are actually spending less or equal to the amount you earn. You can be earning 50K, for instance, and you are eating out almost every day because your excuses are I cannot cook or I don't have the time to cook. And imagine you spending almost 5K morning, afternoon, night buying food for 30 days. How do you want to survive through? How do you want to spend on your transportation? How do you want to survive? How do you want to live every day as it comes? So yeah, so there's some things you will need to do. So when we say live within your means, is it that you're living less or you're living equal? You're not living more than your expectation. Now, most people most people make mistake thinking that wealth always determines your income. Now, the truth is, you can have someone that earns almost 500k, not even having a savings, and yet someone that has maybe 70, 100, 150,000 has something to show for the amount they make every month. So because you're wealthy, because you earn more, does not really amount to the fact that your life is planned or under control. You get it? So yes, people mistakenly believe that wealth is determined by your income. So now I am saying it clearly that wealth does not determine your income. No, not because at the end of the day, it is how prudent, how disciplined, how determined you are with every penny you earn that would determine how wealthy you tend to be at the end of the day.
Time well, no waka waka, no gossip.
And yes, financial stability is more about managing your income. So if you earn 20k and you're very prudent at your 20k, you don't be surprised, you might even shine more than someone that earns 200k, because the person that earns 200k might just feel, anyway, every month will keep being like this, and they will spend extravagantly. They will just spend like lackadaisically, just spend. I want to just party and enjoy life. While you that have the 20k tells yourself, okay, I am working on 20k budget. I need to live within my means. I need to do things, and I need to still save. So yes, that is why most of the time when you see your friends who you believe are okay, the moment they have maybe one or two hiccups, one or two disappointments, they tend to go back to the streets to beg, and you're wondering, shit, like 2 months ago you were okay. So yes, if you don't have savings as a person, that is the first red flag that you might not be able to survive every season of your life. So the first thing you need to note as a person, the moment your paycheck comes in, make sure something is being removed that is called savings.
Use your time well, no waka waka, no gossip.
And yes, practical example, someone who earns like 100k and spends 90k, leaving 10,000 naira for savings, is far more better than someone who earns 500k and spends 750 every month, living outside his or her means, because which only interpret that the additional money spent outside that same paycheck without having an extra source of income could only be accounted for via debt. You understand? So yes, the moment you live outside your means, it only means you're running on debt, and subsequently you just keep rolling over the debt, and maybe you keep borrowing from this loan, from this app to pay this app, you keep robbing Peter to pay Paul, and just like that the circle continues. So the first thing you need to understand that living within your means is just living lesser than how much you earn or equal to the amount you earn.
Money, oh, time no money, time no money, oh, time no money, time no money, time no money. Make you use your time well, no waka waka, no gossip, no spoil another man. Use your time well, do better thing. Money not never from heaven, do better thing. Money go come. Now true one that they tell you so. Money not know. Time no money, oh. Time no money. Time no money, oh. Time no money. Time no money, Time no money. Make you use your time well. No waka waka.
Yes, glad to have you back. The program is still Morning Sense on your darling station, iPower 102.7 FM. And today we're talking about how to live within your means in this reality of an harsh economy, with the way things are hiked up, with the way things are expensive, with the way things have gone beyond our control as humans. How do you survive through? How do you live within your means? And like I said, living within your means actually means living lesser than the amount you earn, or living equal to the amount you earn. Anything more is debt. Anything more is overdue. So yes, it's better you live within your means, so you don't have to always get loans from left and right to survive through every month.
Do better till money go come. Now true one that they tell you so. Money not know.
And yes, living within your means, it's not magic. It's not a prayer. Yes, because in this part of the world, every little thing we want to do, we want to hang it on the neck of God and say, God will help me. God will nothing. Like I tell my friends, God will do what God will do. You as human, you as persons will do what you will do. So yes, enough of this. God will help me be able to manage my expenses. God will do this one. God will do what God will do, and God will not leave important issues and come answer how you spend your money recklessly. No. So yes, living within your means actually entails some certain things. The first is you need to be financially disciplined. And when we talk about financial discipline, all of us fall flat. Yes, even me. Yes, there are times you just get to the market and you have in your mind, okay, I want to buy soup tins in your head because you didn't write it out. I want to buy soup things. No, soup things is soup things. Then you get there, you see a fine slip on, you see a fine dress, you see a fine this outside what you planned before leaving the house. But because you don't have it written down, you don't have it, and you are not disciplined. All of us, we are not disciplined. You end up deviating from the soup things you intended to buying a shirt, to buying a skirt, to buying a bag, you buying every other thing. And meanwhile, the money is meant for some other things. Yeah, but because you feel I can just do impulse buying, nobody's going to catch me, you end up leaving what was important or leaving the need and attending to the want. So the first step to being financially prudent and the first step to living within your means in today's economy is first off, be financially disciplined. No matter how much you earn, be financially disciplined. The second thing is you need to plan for every amount you want. Yes, get a book, get a biro for everything you intend to buy for the month. Now we're already in the new month, and of course everybody already has the paycheck as expected. If you're to be spending everything you want to spend as long as the month is concerned, to your transport, to your feeding, to bills, every bills you intend to pay, let it be written out. Plan your money, because if you don't plan your money will plan itself for you. So ensure you always plan your money. And number 3 is that you need to have self-control. Some of us, and we are always guilty of doing impulse buying. You buy the most unrealistic things, you buy the most unnecessary things. You have this same thing in 5 different colors. Why? Because you're just obsessed. Now they're carrying the blue, let me buy the blue. Now they're carrying the red, let me buy the red. Now they're buying the gray, let me buy the gray. Just for, peer pressure, just to fit in, just to, let them know that you've arrived. All of those things are not really good and will not really help you save through this economy. So yes, you need to ensure that you're financially disciplined. If you want to live within your means, you need to plan your money, you need to have self-control, and of course you need to take a wise decision. Yes, every time like I said before on some other programs, some other episodes of the program, some of us the moment we are happy, we tend to fix our energy on our finances. The moment we're sad, you want to fix it in. The moment you're angry, someone pisses you off, you want to buy something. So someone makes you happy, you want to buy something. Someone makes you sad, you want to buy something. Why is it that your finances is the only thing that suffers for every how your emotion pushes you? So yes, because of emotional gratification or immediate gratification, we tend to overdo things. So yes, it's also important you make wise financial decision at all time. Now, what are the signs you would see as a person that will let you know that you're living beyond your means? What are the things you do that will make you okay? It be like, say, I do overdo things. Yes, what are the signs you're going to see? The first thing is you constantly borrow before your payday. Yes, you run out of money before your payday. It's just to tell you that you're already overdoing everything. Yes, sir. Like I said, one of the signs you would know that you are already living beyond your paycheck as a person. Look at me. Yes, look at me in the eye and tell me if I'm lying. The first thing is you constantly borrow. Yes, you borrow from every angle. All the loan app already know you. They keep calling everyone close to you to tell you to pay. You keep doing outside your means. The next thing is you struggle to pay basic bill. Imagine you saying, okay, I'm going to the market to buy soup things. You ended up getting to the market, you bought shoes, you bought bag, you bought this, you bought things that you didn't even plan to buy. Now, to now feed is now a problem. You're not borrowing some 5k, 10k to go and buy pepper and whatever to eat. Why, when you already spent your money on wants instead of needs? So yes, another sign that you are spending beyond your means is the fact that you buy things to impress people. Yes, the blue is what is raining now. You want to buy the blue. The green is what people are using now. You want to buy the green. They call one Ashwebi for 150k and you earn 90,000. So is there a balance in that? And only you will buy the 150k Ashwebi. You want to buy a matching shoe. You want to buy a matching jewelry. You want to buy a matching this, a matching that. In fact, you want to even pay for makeup artists. You want to take pictures and all of that. And in everything inside your 90k salary, you end up using like 350k to impress somebody on their own wedding day. Now, all of that, what does it make you? Simple. You are living beings. And lastly, most of your income goes to debt. Interpret that you are already spending beyond your means. Like I said, the first is you constantly borrow before your payday. Payday never reach. You don't borrow money, finish. The money don't finish. Next thing is that you struggle to meet up with the basic needs. Your feeding, you cannot even pay for your feeding again. Your transport to work, you cannot even afford it. Things that you need for daily survival, you can't even meet up. Now the next thing is you buy things to impress people. Also, you don't have savings. Anything happens, you keep going back to where you want to borrow. And the last thing is the fact that most of your income goes to paying debts.
Time na money, oh.
And yes, if all of this I mentioned rings a bell to you or sounds familiar, it is about time to change.
Well, no waka waka, no gossip, no spoil another man. Use your time well, do better thing. Money na the
And yes, our time is fast spent already, but I would quickly look into the power of budgeting. And if we are not able to wrap up today, we would continue next week, Monday. So yes, make it a date with us, 1:30 on Mondays for Money Sense. So like I said, now budgeting is a simple way of spending your money. If you want to go to the market, I want to buy palm oil, I want to buy rice, I want to buy beans, I want to buy this, I want to buy. Write everything down with the quantity and the amount you intend to spend on them. The moment that is done and you get to the market, you're now going to start using the discipline I mentioned earlier, the focus and everything. You buy strictly what you have on your list. So yes, first step is to budgeting. If you want to ensure that you want to really do this financial prudency thing with us this new month, you write down your source of income. If you have multiple sources of income, you write them down. Aside that, you write the list of things you buy during the month. Also, you separate your need from your want. Your need, like I always say, your food, rent, transport, healthcare, education, everything that you need. Now, your want is those luxury things, the color bag, the color shoes, and all of that you get.
money na the go from heaven, do better thing. Money.
And yes, allocate every money according to their order of priority. Our time is fast spent already. So when we come next week, we'll be talking more on what's the power of budgeting, why you need to budget every amount you spend, why it is important for you to save before you spend. Yes, the program is Money Sense on your darling station iPower 102.7 FM. Many thanks to everyone that's worked with us on this beautiful edition where we're looking into how to live within your means, looking at the harsh reality of our economy today. And I've mentioned some things and some tips to help you live within their means. Many thanks to our General Manager, Engineer Paul Ulutu, for always engineering and pioneering us towards delivering a better and a quality production for you. And of course, many thanks to our ICT